Man, we get this thing confused all the time. We confuse history with destiny. We think just because we sat next to somebody in homeroom or because we played ball with them in the park 20 years ago, that they have a lifetime pass to sit in the front row of our lives. You hold on to these people because of the time you've invested looking at the years like a receipt. But let me tell you something about time. It doesn't equal loyalty, and it surely doesn't equal a future. You have to look at your life like a book. A book has a beginning, a middle, and an end, and it's made up of chapters. Some people were essential for chapter 3. They taught you how to love, or maybe they taught you how to fight, or perhaps they just kept you company while you were figuring things out. But now you are writing chapter 10, and you're still trying to write the chapter 3 characters into a plot where they don't fit anymore. The story stops making sense when you do that. You start forcing dialogue. You start forcing situations to keep them relevant in a scene they have outgrown. You are messing up the flow of your own life, trying to drag the past into the present. It's painful because you remember the good times, but you have to realize those good times were for that time. They are not for this time. God didn't design everybody to go the whole distance with you. Some people are like scaffolding on a building. They are there to help you get built up, to support you while you are under construction. But once the building is finished, once the structure is solid, the scaffolding has to come down. If you leave the scaffolding up, it ruins the view. It stops people from seeing who you really are. It's a hard pill to swallow because we love these people. We love them hard. But you have to ask yourself, are they adding to your destiny, or are they anchoring you to your history? Destiny requires movement. History requires memory. You cannot move forward if you are constantly looking back, trying to relive a memory with someone who isn't growing. You have to get to a place where you can look at them and say, I love you, but our paths are separating. It doesn't mean you're better than them. It doesn't mean you're arrogant. It just means your destination is different from theirs. You are heading to a place they can't go. And if you stay with them, you'll never get there. Stop feeling guilty for outgrowing people. Stop feeling bad because your vision is bigger than their eyesight. That is not your fault. Your destiny is a solo trip at the end of the day. You are born alone and you leave alone. The people in between are blessings or lessons, but none of them are the authors of your book. Only you hold the pen. Turn the page. I want you to close your eyes and imagine something with me. Imagine you are climbing a steep, jagged mountain. This mountain is your life, your dreams, your potential. You are sweating, your muscles are burning, and you are clawing your way up inch by inch. Now, imagine there is a rope tied around your waist. It's thick and it's heavy. You look down the side of that mountain, and holding on to the other end of that rope is the person you've been trying to save. They aren't climbing. They aren't looking for a foothold. They aren't trying to pull themselves up. They are just dangling there, dead weight, swinging in the wind. They are comfortable just hanging on because they know you are doing all the work. Every time you try to take a step up, that rope yanks you back down. You slip. You scrape your knees. You lose your breath. You scream down to them, climb, help me out. Just grab a rock. But they don't hear you or they don't care. They just want the ride. They are depending on your strength to keep them from hitting the bottom. Now you are faced with the hardest decision of your life. You are getting tired. Your grip is slipping. You realize that you don't have the strength to carry 2 people up this mountain. Physics doesn't work like that. Gravity doesn't care how much you love them. If you keep holding on to that dead weight, you are both going to fall. This is where reality hits you in the face. You have a knife in your pocket. You have the ability to cut the rope. But your heart says, how can I drop them? How can I let them fall? And that is the conflict that is killing you right now. You think cutting the rope is an act of hate. But listen to me. Cutting the rope is not an act of hate against them. It is an act of survival for you. If you cut it, they might fall. or they might finally realize they have to start climbing for themselves. But if you don't cut it, you are guaranteed to crash. There is no version of this story where you carry them to the top if they refuse to walk. You have to love yourself enough to survive. You have to value your own life enough to stop risking it for someone who won't even lift a finger to save themselves. It's the hardest thing you'll ever do, watching that rope snap. But the moment you do, you'll feel a lightness you haven't felt in years. You'll finally be able to climb. I see you walking around with that tool belt on. You got your hammer, your wrench, your duct tape. You are walking around like the repairman of the human soul. You meet someone who is broken, someone who is damaged, and instead of walking away, you roll up your sleeves and say, I can fix this. I can make them better. You spend your nights listening to their trauma. You spend your money fixing their mistakes. You spend your energy trying to smooth out their rough edges. You think if you just love them enough, if you just support them enough, they will transform into the person you know they can be. You are falling in love with their potential, not their reality. But here is the cold, hard truth. You are not a rehabilitation center. You are not a mechanic. You cannot fix what you didn't break. You didn't break their spirit, so you can't heal it. You didn't cause their childhood trauma, so you can't resolve it. That is an inside job. That is between them and God. When you try to fix people, you end up breaking yourself. You give away pieces of your own soul trying to patch up the holes in theirs. And you know what happens? They stay the same and you end up depleted. You end up resentful because you put in all this work and the project isn't finished. They didn't ask you to fix them. A lot of times people are comfortable in their dysfunction. They know how to survive in their mess. When you come and trying to clean it up, they don't see a savior. They see someone trying to control them. They resent you for trying to change them, even if you think you're helping. You have to retire from the fixing business. Put the toolbox down. It is not your job to raise grown men or grown women. It is not your job to teach people basic human decency or how to have ambition. If they don't have it by now, your love isn't going to give it to them. Focus on fixing your own life. Focus on your own cracks, your own dents. You have plenty of work to do on yourself without taking on a construction project that belongs to someone else. Let them go to God. Let them go to therapy. But get them off your workbench. We are social creatures. We crave connection. We are terrified of the idea of eating alone. You look at your dinner table, the table of your life, and you see an empty chair. That empty chair scares you. It makes you feel unpopular. It makes you feel unloved. So what do? You go out and you invite anybody to sit down. You invite the liar because he's charming. You invite the user because she's fun at parties. You invite the doubter because you've known him forever. You fill that seat just so you don't have to look at the space. You think a full table means a full life, but then you sit down to eat and you can't digest your food. The conversation is toxic. The energy is bad. You're sharing your dreams and they're laughing at them. You're sharing your fears and they're using them against you. You filled the seat, but you ruined the meal. I need you to understand that an empty chair is better than a contaminated chair. Solitude is better than fake company. When you have an empty seat at your table that represents space, it represents opportunity. It represents a vacuum that the universe is waiting to fill with something real. If you keep that seat filled with trash, there is no room for treasure to walk in. You are blocking your own blessing by holding on to the wrong people just to avoid being alone. You have to get comfortable with the silence. You have to get comfortable sitting there by yourself, eating your food and enjoying your own company. When you clear the room, you change the atmosphere. You stop having to defend your food. You stop having to watch your back. Peace settles in. And let me tell you, peace is expensive. You cannot afford to have people at your table who are robbing you of your peace. Don't be afraid of the void. The right people are out there. Some people will bring food to the table, not just take it. Some people will nourish your soul. But they can't sit down if you don't kick the wrong people out first. Clear the table. We have this amazing ability to lie to ourselves. It's actually impressive how blind we can be when we want something to work. You meet someone or you're in a situation and you see the red flag. It's waving right in your face. It's bright red. It says danger. It says disrespect. It says liar. But because you want them, because you're lonely, or because you're scared to start over, you reach into your pocket and you pull out a bucket of white paint. You start painting over that red flag. You say, oh, he didn't mean it like that. You say, she's just going through a lot right now. You say, they'll change once we get married. You are painting the red flag white to make it look like a surrender flag. You are trying to make peace with bad behavior. You are trying to negotiate with disrespect. But paint doesn't change the fabric of the flag. Underneath that whitewash, it is still a warning sign. And sooner or later, the paint is going to chip off. When people show you who they are, believe them the first time. Stop waiting for the second, third, and fourth time. Stop waiting for the remix. The first version was the truth. If they lied to you in the beginning, they will lie to you in the end. If they don't respect your time now, they won't respect your life later. We do this because we think we can love the red out of them. We think our patience is a virtue. But in this case, your patience is foolishness. You are volunteering to be a victim. You are signing up for heartbreak and acting surprised when the bill comes due. You have to develop the courage to see things as they are, not as you wish they were. Put the paintbrush down. Look at the flag. It's red for a reason. It means stop. It doesn't mean slow down. It doesn't mean proceed with caution. It means stop right there and turn around. Your intuition is God talking to you. That little voice in your stomach that says, something ain't right, that is your protection. When you paint over the red flags, you are telling God you don't need his protection. You're saying you know better. And that is the quickest way to ruin your life. Let's talk about your worth. Let's talk about the price tag on your soul. Somewhere along the line, you got into the habit of putting yourself on the clearance rack. You started acting like a discount item. You started begging people to buy you. You started negotiating your value based on their budget. If you have to convince somebody to love you, they aren't the one. If you have to draft a PowerPoint presentation to explain why you deserve respect, you are in the wrong room. Value is not a debate. The sun doesn't ask the moon for permission to shine. It just burns. It just is. When you know who you are, when you know what you bring to the table, you don't have to beg for a seat. You don't have to chase people down. When you chase something, it runs away. That is the law of nature. When you stand still in your power, in your worth, things are attracted to you. Stop asking people to validate you. Do I look okay? Did I do well? Do you still love me? Stop it. You are handing them the keys to your self-esteem. You are letting them drive your confidence. If they decide to crash the car, you're the one who gets hurt. If they can't see your value, that is not your problem. That is their blindness. If they can't afford the price of admission to your life, they don't get a ticket. You don't lower the price, you find a customer with more money. You find someone who recognizes quality when they see it. You are a luxury item. You are custom made. There is only one of you in the entire history of the universe. Do you understand how rare that makes you? You are a limited edition, and yet you are out here letting people treat you like a generic brand. Stand up. Adjust your crown. The moment you realize your own worth, you will stop tolerating people who don't. You will look at them and say, I am too expensive for your cheap behavior. And you will walk away with your head high. I love cars. And there is a simple design in every car ever made that holds the secret to life. There is a windshield and there is a rearview mirror. Have you ever noticed the size difference? The windshield is huge. It spans the whole width of the car. The rearview mirror is this tiny little rectangle. There is a reason for that. The windshield is big because where you are going is infinitely more important than where you have been. Your future deserves your full attention. Your future requires a panoramic view. You need to see the obstacles coming, the turns in the road, the horizon ahead. The rearview mirror is small because you're only supposed to glance at it. You're supposed to look back just enough to see what's behind you, just to make sure you're safe to move over. You are not supposed to stare at it. If you drive down the highway staring into your rearview mirror, you are going to kill yourself. But that's what you're doing with your relationships. You are driving through life, but your eyes are glued to the rearview mirror. You're obsessing over the people you left behind. Why did they do that? I miss how it used to be. Maybe I should go back. While you are looking back, you are missing the beautiful scenery right in front of you. You are missing the exit to your destiny. You are swerving out of your lane. You are letting your past endanger your future. The people behind you are behind you for a reason. They couldn't keep up with the car. You have to shift your focus. Eyes front. The past is unchangeable. You can look at it until your eyes bleed, and it won't change one detail of what happened. But the future is malleable. The future is waiting for you to shape it. Let the view in the mirror get smaller. Let those people shrink into the distance. That's what's supposed to happen as you drive away. Don't turn the car around. Don't put it in reverse. Put your foot on the gas and look through the windshield. There are better things ahead than any we leave behind. You are crying right now because they left. You are heartbroken because you got fired. You are devastated because that deal fell through. You feel rejected. You feel like you weren't good enough. You feel like the world is punishing you. I need you to wipe your face and listen to me closely. That wasn't rejection. That was divine protection. You are mourning something that was sent to destroy you. You are crying over a loss that was actually a rescue mission. See, you can't hear everything. You can't see everything. But the universe sees it all. The universe heard the conversations they were having about you when you weren't in the room. The universe saw the plot they were planning. The universe saw that if you stayed in that relationship or that job for one more year, it would have taken you out completely. So God stepped in. He didn't wait for your permission. He just removed them. He snatched them out of your life. He closed that door and locked it. And you're standing there banging on the door, screaming, "Let me in," while God is saying, "I'm trying to keep the devil out." You have to trust the timing of your life. You have to trust that when people walk away, they are doing you a favor. They are making space for what is actually meant for you. If they were meant to be there, they would be there. It's that simple. Stop chasing what God sent away. Stop trying to glue the vase back together. When you chase things that have been removed, you are fighting against your own safety. You are walking back into the fire that you were just pulled out of. Change your perspective. Instead of saying, "Why me?" say, "Thank you. Thank you for saving me from a bad marriage. Thank you for saving me from a toxic partner. Thank you for closing a door that led to nowhere." Rejection is just the redirection you needed to get back on track. You are a giver. That's your nature. You have a big heart. You want to take care of everybody. You take care of your mama, your kids, your cousins, your friends, your man, your woman. You give and you give and you give. You are a fountain of generosity. But look at you, are exhausted. You are dehydrated. You are spiritually dry. Your bones are tired. You are running on fumes. Why? Because you are pouring from an empty cup. You are trying to quench everybody else's thirst while you are dying of thirst yourself. You have allowed people to drink you dry. They come to you with their problems, their needs, their drama, and you pour out your energy to help them. But who pours into you? Who refills your cup? Usually, the answer is nobody. You are the source for everyone, but you have no source for yourself. This is not sustainable. You're going to crash. And when you crash, who's going to take care of the people you love? Nobody. So, taking care of yourself is actually the most responsible thing you can do for them. Self-care is not selfish. It is self-preservation. You have to learn to fill your cup first. You need to do things that make you happy. You need to rest. You need to pray. You need to treat yourself. You need to get your energy levels all the way to the brim. And here is the rule. You give people the overflow. You let them drink from the saucer, not the cup. The stuff in the cup is for you. That's your reserve. That's your peace. That's your joy. If you give them what's in the cup, you have nothing left. Guard your energy. If you don't have it to give, say no. No is a complete sentence. No, I can't help you today. No, I can't come over. No, I don't have the money. Keep your cup full. If they get mad, let them get mad. A thirsty person will always complain when the well runs dry, but the well has to protect its water. Let's talk about physics again. Let's talk about a rocket ship. When a rocket ship is sitting on the launch pad, it has all these heavy boosters attached to it. It needs all that weight, all that fuel just to get off the ground. It takes a massive amount of energy to break gravity. But as that rocket climbs higher and higher into the sky, something happens. It starts dropping stages. The parts that helped it get off the ground become dead weight the higher it goes. If it holds on to those heavy boosters, it will never reach orbit. It will fall back to Earth. It must separate to elevate. Your life operates the same way. As you elevate in your career, as you elevate in your mindset, as you elevate in your spirit, everybody can't go with you. The atmosphere is different up there. The air is thinner. The pressure is different. Some of the people you love are built for the ground. They aren't built for altitude. If you try to drag them up to your new level, they will suffocate and their weight will pull you down. It's not that they are bad people. They just don't have the equipment for where you are going. You'll notice that as you start doing better, some friends start acting funny. They start making little comments. Oh, you think you're all that now. You forgot where you came from. That is the sound of gravity trying to pull you back. That is the resistance of the separation. You have to be okay with being the one who flew away. You have to be okay with the circle getting smaller. At the bottom, it's crowded. There are a lot of people at the bottom. But at the top, there's plenty of room, but not a lot of company. Don't apologize for your success. Don't apologize for your growth. And definitely don't lower your altitude just to make people on the ground feel comfortable. If they want to be with you, they need to build their own rocket and meet you up there. But you keep climbing. We talk too much. We feel the need to explain ourselves. Someone does us wrong, and we want to send them a 10-paragraph text message breaking down exactly how they hurt us. We want to call them and scream. We want to tell our side of the story to everyone on Facebook. Stop it. Just stop. You are wasting your breath. If they didn't respect your feelings when you were together, they certainly don't respect your words now that you're apart. Trying to explain yourself to someone who is committed to misunderstanding you is a form of insanity. The most powerful thing you can do is shut your mouth. Silence is loud. Silence is confusing to them. When you go silent, you take back your power. They are expecting a fight. They are expecting you to beg. They are expecting drama. When you give them nothing, you disrupt their whole game. Work on yourself in the dark. Let your results do the talking. You don't need to announce your moves. I'm focusing on me. I'm cutting people off. No, just do it. Move like a ghost. Disappear from their radar and reappear when you are leveled up. Your success will be the noise. Your glow up will be the explanation. When they see you 6 months from now looking good, money right, mind peaceful, that will hurt them more than any text message you could ever send. That will be the dagger. There is dignity in silence. It shows that you are in control of your emotions. It shows that you have moved past the need for their validation or their apology. You don't need the last word. You need the last laugh. And you get that by living well. So put the phone down. Don't post a subliminal quote on Instagram. Don't tell their friends what happened. Just go to work. Grind in silence, heal in silence. Succeed in silence. Let them wonder how you did it. Let them wonder if you even missed them. I want you to imagine that your life is a Fortune 500 company. You are the founder, the president, and the CEO. Your happiness, your peace, and your future are the assets of this company, every person in your life is an employee or a partner. Now look at the staff you currently have. If you had an employee who showed up late every day, stole money from the register, bad-mouthed the company to customers, and caused drama in the break room, what would you do? Would you give them a raise? Would you keep giving them second chances? No. You would call them into the office and say, "You're fired." You would have a security escort them out of the building. You wouldn't feel bad about it either, because you have a business to protect. You have a bottom line to maintain. So why are you keeping people in your personal life who are bankrupting your spirit? Why are you keeping friends who embezzle your joy? Why are you sleeping with partners who are destroying your brand? You are running your life like a charity, not a business. You have to start conducting performance reviews. Look at the people around you. What are they contributing? Are they bringing value? Are they loyal? Are they productive? If the answer is no, you need to issue some pink slips. You need to make some cuts. It sounds cold, but it's necessary. You cannot build an empire with a team of saboteurs. You cannot build a legacy with people who are tearing down the bricks as fast as you lay them. You have to be ruthless about who has access to your enterprise. Fire the drama kings. Fire the energy vampires. Fire the doubters. Promote the people who support you. Hire new people who align with your vision. It's your company. It's your life. Run it like you want it to succeed. We run from loneliness like it's a disease. The moment the house gets quiet, we turn on the TV, we scroll through social media. We call somebody just to hear a voice. We are terrified of being left alone with our own thoughts. But let me tell you something, loneliness is not a curse. It is an incubator. It is a dark room where your future is being developed. All great things are born in isolation. A seed has to be buried in the dark, alone, before it can break through the soil and become a tree. When you let them go, it's going to get quiet. The phone isn't going to ring as much. The weekends might look empty. Good. Embrace it. That silence is necessary. That is the only time you can hear your own heartbeat. That is the only time you can hear God. In the quiet, you find out who you really are. When there is nobody to impress, nobody to perform for, you meet the real you. You rediscover your passions. You remember the dreams you had before you got distracted by other people's drama. The greatest ideas come in solitude. The best plans are made in solitude. Your strength is built in solitude. You need that time to recalibrate. You need that time to heal without interference. Don't fill the silence with noise. Fill it with work. Fill it with meditation. Fill it with planning. Use that lonely time to sharpen your sword. Use it to read, to learn, to grow. When you emerge from that season of loneliness, you will be dangerous. You will be focused. You will be self-sufficient. You won't need people to complete you anymore because you completed yourself in the dark. This is the one everybody struggles with. You are holding on to anger. You are holding on to resentment. You replay what they did to you every single day. You want them to hurt as you hurt. You are waiting for an apology that is never going to come. You think that by staying angry, you are punishing them. You think your grudge is a weapon. But listen to me. Holding on to anger is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. You are the only one getting sick. You are the only one dying slowly. They are out there living their life. They are eating, sleeping, and laughing. They aren't thinking about your anger. Meanwhile, your blood pressure is up. Your stress is up. Your heart is heavy. You are blocking your own blessings because your hands are too full of hate to catch anything new. Letting go means forgiving them. Not because they deserve it. They might not deserve it at all. They might be guilty as sin. But you forgive them because you deserve peace. You forgive them for breaking the connection. As long as you hate them, you are tied to them. Hate is a bond just as strong as love. It keeps them in your head. It keeps them in your spirit. Forgiveness is the pair of scissors that cuts the tie. It releases you. You have to say, I forgive you for being who you are. I forgive you for what you did. Not for you, but so I can be free. It doesn't mean you have to be friends. It doesn't mean you invite them back in. It just means you evict them from your mind. Let the karma handle them. Let life handle them. That's not your job anymore. Your job is to be happy. And you can't be happy carrying a backpack full of bricks. Drop the bricks. Walk lightly. Let it go. We have to get your mindset right before we finish. You have spent so much time feeling like a loser. You feel like you lost the relationship. You feel like you lost a friend. You feel like you were rejected and discarded. You have got the equation backwards. You didn't lose them, they lost you. You have to wake up every morning, look in that mirror and tell yourself, I am the prize. And I don't mean that in an arrogant, stuck-up way. I mean it in a factual, realistic way. Think about what you bring to the table. You bring loyalty, you bring support, you bring love, you bring a listening ear, you bring effort. You were the one trying to make it work. You were the one willing to fight for it. That is high-value merchandise. If they walked away from that, they are the ones who took the loss. They walked away from a diamond because they were too busy playing with rocks. You cannot feel bad because someone else has poor taste. You cannot feel bad because someone else couldn't afford you. You have to reclaim your worth. You have to walk into a room knowing that whoever gets to be in your life is lucky to be there. You are a blessing. You are an asset. If they couldn't see it, that's on them. Don't you dare chase them. Prizes don't chase winners. Winners chase prizes. You stand still. You keep glowing. You keep growing. The right person will see the shine and come running. You didn't lose anything but a headache. You didn't lose anything but stress. You didn't lose anything but dead weight. You gained your life back. You gained your freedom back. You gained yourself back.